Okay, the very first thing on this diet that you're going to want to do is to look at the food combining principles chart. This chart will explain how to separate your foods into more digestively compatible combinations. There are certain combinations of foods, when you eat them together, will make your stomach get into a digestive conflict. The main bad combination, and everybody's doing it all the time, that you want to avoid is proteins and starches. You want to avoid that combination. Now, you don't have to avoid proteins and you don't have to avoid starches. You just don't want to eat them at the same time. And the reason why is because whenever you eat a meat, your stomach will pump out an acid. Whenever you eat a starch, your body will pump out an alkaline enzyme. Now, this enzyme is destroyed by acid. So that means that the starches are not going to digest properly because the enzyme keeps getting destroyed that it needs to digest it. So it's kind of like your stomach is canceling each other out. And most people have never tried this, and it sounds so simple that it's probably unbelievable, but you will know for sure that this stuff is real as soon as you start doing it. And if you start separating proteins from starches and you do that for a couple days, you will definitely start noticing a difference just from that one thing. And there's a lot of other bad food combinations too. One of the main other food combinations that you want to avoid is acid fruits and starches, and that works the same way. The enzyme that digests the starches is destroyed by any kind of acid. So if you eat meat, your stomach pumps out of acid, that destroys it. If you eat an acid fruit, then that acid also destroys that enzyme. So anytime you eat a starch, you want to stay away from anything that's acidic. So you don't want to put tomato sauce on your pasta. If you have pasta, see, pasta is a refined food, and you also want to be cutting out refined starches. You want to cut out refined starches. See, juices are kind of refined because refining means that they're taking the fiber out of the food. But starches, when they're refined, they become more sticky and they can get clogged. Refined starches really clog down your digestive tract. If you do eat a refined starch, you want to make sure to add as many neutral vegetables as possible with that meal, because you want to add a bunch of good fiber to that meal. Now, what is good fiber? Good fiber is the neutral vegetables. Grains have a lot of fiber in them, but grains, you want to cut way down on your grains, and you can eliminate grains for a long time out of your diet. I mean, once you start combining your foods by following that chart into the right combinations, you're going to be getting more nutrients out of your foods, and you can cycle through different phases of eating. Like sometimes I might go a week eating the same batch of soup. Other times I might go weeks just on salads and smoothies and totally raw stuff. And you can cycle through these phases. Say one meal, you have a certain phase. Say 4 hours later, you have another phase, or you can stay in a certain phase for as long as you want, as long as you feel good. But if you stay in a certain phase for a really long period of time, your body is going to start craving something else. And one thing that's really effective at getting your digestive tract working better is to stay in a certain phase for more than one meal. Like let's say make a whole day out of a phase. That way, your stomach, like let's say if you have a meal that's conflicting with the next meal, then your digestive tract kind of has to keep those separate. But if each meal is all in the same phase, then there is no conflict, and your body's not going to have to try to separate those batches of meals as much. So your body's kind of set up burning a certain kind of food in the proper combination. And one of the other keys to this is learning how to make your foods taste good and making sure to not overdo too much oil in your meals, and also making sure to have enough oil. You don't want to do low fat. Low fat is not good. Fat is your long-term clean burning energy source if it's the right kind of fats. Extra virgin olive oil That's the best oil that I know of that you can add all the time to your diet. Depending on what kind of meal what phase you're in, will depend on the oil ratio. I go into more detail in the book on the ratio of oil you want to add in your meals. So the food combining principles chart is the first thing you want to start studying, and you just want to take this chart and look. You'll see where it says good combination, and then just start make your own recipes. Just pick out all the foods you like that are a good combination. So just start kind of rough sketching you a recipe book, because you're going to want to prepare most of your meals yourself, because you know most places aren't going to sell these properly combined meals. But you know, you can get meals here and there, but if you really want to do this diet properly, you're going to want to learn how to prepare all your meals. Now you don't have to, but you want to learn how. So that's the first thing, is start studying this chart and seeing how you're going to make the meals that you like, because everybody likes different foods. And one of the main things about this is when you're making your own meals, you know all the ingredients that are going in there. When you buy packaged food, prepackaged foods, they put chemicals in there, and these chemicals can be toxic to your body. They can cause headaches, and they can cause, you know, other health problems that might not show symptoms for a long time, but down the road, you know, there might be something going on in your body that you don't know about until way down the road, and it's because of these chemicals that are building up in your system.